Welcome to the topic Budgeting and Planning Finances for Life Events. Deepa runs a small clothing factory and supports her family, which includes her husband and two children. However, she struggles to manage her household finances due to a lack of planning. To achieve smoother operations in both her factory and her home life, Deepa wants to gain a better understanding of money management principles. Deepa visits her cousin Nirali. Nirali runs a handicraft business. She expanded her business last year and is also quite skilled in financial management. She manages her expenses, earnings, and taxes very well.
Hello Nirali, how are you?
Hello Deepa, I'm good. What brings you here today?
Nirali, I need your help. I'm not very good at handling money. Can you help me with that?
Of course, Deepa. I'd be happy to help you manage your finances. By the end of this topic, you will be able to understand the importance of managing savings and expenses, demonstrate how to make a budget plan, identify the importance of financial planning for life events, describe the importance of setting smart financial goals and how to achieve them. A budget is a plan that helps you spend money based on your income. It helps you spend your money in a controlled way and save as per your plans. A budget is made to reach long-term financial goals, avoid overspending, be prepared for future needs and emergencies. For example, you can make a plan or budget to reach your goals, like buying a house within the next 5 years, gaining an extra skill or qualification before turning 40, saving for your retirement. A budget is a way to keep track of your income and expenses so that you can make sure you are not spending more than you earn. There are 5 main reasons why you need to make a budget. It helps you reach your long-term goals. It stops you from spending too much. It helps you set up a retirement fund. It helps you build a fund for emergencies. It helps you understand how you spend your money. To understand budgeting better, let's look at this family and their plans. The Pathak family includes Reema Pathak, Suraj Pathak, and their 3 children. Reema and Suraj run a small fruit and vegetable shop in town. They want to send their children to a city college for higher education. If they don't make a budget, will they be able to do this? The answers to all these questions are no. If they do not make a budget, they will not be able to spend wisely and save money. Without saving money, they will be unable to afford their children's higher education. And if they do not limit their spending and plan for their future, they will be unable to achieve any of their goals. This means no budget means no savings, which means no future achievements. Let's understand with another example. Mr. Sharma earns 25,000 rupee per month. He was able to save for buying a house, his son's higher education, and his retirement. How did Mr. Sharma do this? Let's now see how Mr. Sharma managed his expenses. Mr. Sharma earns 25,000 rupees. For water and electricity bills, he set aside 2,500 rupees. He allocated 8,500 rupees for food and clothes. For health and education, he set aside 4,000 rupees. In the end, he was able to save 10,000 rupees. Why is having a budget important for every household? Having a budget promotes financial stability. A budget makes these things easier. Paying bills on time. Keeping an emergency fund. Saving for a vehicle or house. Keeping track of expenses and sticking to the plan. A budget also gives a person the opportunity to invest and increase their savings. The easiest way to manage your household budget is by maintaining a financial diary. While maintaining the diary, keep these important points in mind. We must record every expense in the expense column. This helps us track our expenses, and by analyzing and evaluating them, we can control our spending. Focus on these important points when recording transactions. Calculate the total monthly income of the family and assign a fixed amount for each category of household expenses. Spend within the assigned amount. Let's look at an example. Let's assume that your family's total monthly income is 30,000 rupees. First, you should divide the budget into categories like food, health, transportation, education, etc. For instance, you allocate a budget of 7,000 rupee to the food category. Similarly, you need to set budgets for other categories also. If you have set aside 7,000 rupees for food, ensure that your spending remains within the allocated budget and does not exceed it. You can follow these steps to record expenses and income and then match them. Write all expenses on one page. Write all sources of income on another page. At the end of the month, calculate the total income and total expenses. Subtract total expenses from total income. Check if you have savings or if you are in debt. Always set aside money for emergency and try to spend within your limits. Financial planning is about planning and making preparations for the important events in your life, such as marriage, buying a house, retirement. Now, let's understand how to plan money for major events in life. Let's say you have 100 rupees. You can divide this money into 3 parts. 50 rupees for essential expenses like food, clothes. 30 rupees for wants like gifts, makeup. 20 rupees for savings or investment, which can be used in emergencies or for fulfilling big dreams. By doing this, you ensure that a certain amount is saved and managed for future needs. Let's discuss the features of financial planning for life events. Saving. Save money for future expenses and emergencies. Sharing. Share with others for mutual benefit. Spending. Use your money wisely so that you always have what you need. Investing. Grow your money for the future. Save money for future expenses and emergencies, such as your child's education, buying your own house, medical emergencies, and other unexpected situations. Save together with the people in your community and share the benefits with each other. Form self-help groups to assist one another. Start a small business together. You should invest to tackle rising prices and other factors. You can invest in government schemes like the Atal Pension Yojana for a monthly pension after the age of 60. You can also invest in government schemes like the Sukanya Samriddhi Yojana, which helps secure the future of you and your children. Use your money wisely so that you always have what you need. Create a monthly budget for groceries, daily essentials, and any other expenses you need for the month. You may enjoy spending on different occasions and festivals. Spend according to your ability.
Okay, I understand the importance of planning in our lives.
Great, but we also need to set SMART goals.
What are SMART goals? Why do we need to set SMART goals?
SMART stands for S stands for specific, M stands for measurable, A stands for attainable, R stands for relevant. T stands for time bound. Now the question arises, why do we need to set SMART goals? We should set SMART goals for the following. To buy a house, you can consider the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, which provides home loans at a low interest rate of 6.50% per year. To buy a vehicle, if needed. Otherwise, use public transportation. To pay for education fees and save for future education plans. We also need to set SMART goals for our old age and health-related emergencies. Specific. Here, you need to be clear and specific about your ultimate goal. For example, if you want to buy a house, you need to focus on one thing at a time. Instead of thinking about everything, decide on your main goal. Calculate how many EMIs you can afford if you buy a house on a loan. Decide when you want to buy the house. Once you have done your analysis, go to some banks that offer housing loans at lower interest rates and meet them. After understanding the EMI payment method and your earning capacity, start looking for a house within your available budget. Measurable. Here, the goal should be pre-planned. Make small recurring deposits to achieve your goal. Try not to rely too much on loans. For example, you want to buy a house. Your plan should consider your monthly income. First, set aside a portion of your income for daily necessities. Then, calculate your end of the month savings after taking into account your expenses. This will help you determine how much you can save for buying the house on loan. Attainable. You need to set a realistic goal that is attainable. For example, you have set a goal to save 20,000 rupee per month. But your monthly income is 30,000 rupees, your rent is 8,000 rupees, and the electricity cost is around 1,500 rupees. So, saving 20,000 rupee while living on just 500 rupees is not realistic. Therefore, you need to set achievable and realistic goals based on your actual income and expenses. Relevant. Your goals should guide you towards your ideals, aspirations, and desires. For example, if you're saving for a house, this goal matters because it's part of your life plans. Now, think about saving for retirement, different but still relevant. It's like fitting the pieces of the puzzle of your life goals together. Time-bound. Your goal should be time-bound because your expenses will increase day by day. For example, your child's school fees, your parents' medical costs, unexpected emergencies, etc. Therefore, plan for the long term. Example: Ravi is 35 years old and earns 40,000 rupee per month. His family includes his wife, parents, and 2 children, with the elder child studying in 10th grade. There will likely be educational expenses in the next 2 years. Saving for his parents' medical needs is also important. He has a home loan of 13,000 rupee per month on his 30 lakh rupees house, leaving him with only 27,000 rupees remaining. Thank you.